Record so we don't forget. Good morning. It is Saturday, November 16th, and we are here to talk to Cassie all about her weight loss story. I left the box over there, but I'm going to keep talking. So this morning, our conversation is going to be brought to you by Shakeology Peppermint Mocha. What? It's like my favorite. Are you drinking it now? Yeah. It's seriously, okay, I got to tell you something. I wasn't too sure about it before I got it. And so I was nervous about buying a bunch of boxes. But I said to myself, there's a 30-day return policy. So if I really don't like it, I can return it all, right? So I bought a couple boxes and I got it. And let me tell you, it is now my favorite Shakeology flavor. And I've been drinking Shakeology for 8+ years. Might be 9. But anyway, I love this flavor. It is so good. So the way I'm drinking it is I put 8 ounces of unsweetened almond milk, vanilla almond milk, 4 ounces of water, so it brings it up to 12, a couple cubes of ice cube, 1 peppermint mocha Shakeology packet, and 1 teaspoon, literally measured out teaspoon. It might drizzle over, but it's usually like about a teaspoon of almond butter. Blend it up. Amazing. Seriously, I'm in love with it. Cassie, how do you make yours?
Today I just used unsweetened original almond milk and ice, and that was it.
Isn't it amazing?
And it's just so good. Like usually I have a banana in my cafe latte like all the time, and I need that banana in it. But this one, like you just need water. I mean not water. I mean almond milk and ice, and that's it.
Yeah, and the almond milk makes it super creamy, so I highly suggest using almond milk. But I'm sure it tastes fine with water also. I do have another coach on our team who, as a decadent dessert, this is a once in a while thing. Please do not make this daily. Kathy, you're on here, so I'm gonna say it. She uses you have to remind me, like the pudding, what is it called? The sugar-free cheesecake pudding mix, and puts it in with no liquid, just that. And no, wait, maybe you did use liquid. I don't remember what you said, but you didn't use ice. So anyway, it made it more like of a pudding consistency. And she said it tastes like crispness in a cup. Kathy, if you don't want to unmute yourself, that's cool. But maybe you can type in the chat what you use in it to make that. Like I said, I wouldn't suggest that every day. Go ahead,
yes,
Kathy.
no. Yeah, not every day, but I use, I have a food scale, and so I use 8 grams, which is 1 serving of just the powder of the, the sugar-free cheesecake mix, and then the packet of peppermint mocha, and I do use unsweetened almond milk in with it.
Okay, all right. So, and then you blend it?
Yes, I blend it, yes.
Okay, but no ice, and she blends it, and it makes like a pudding consistency. And yeah. So awesome. It sounds amazing. I can't wait to try that one day. So play around with the things. It comes with an amazing little, I don't have it on me, a little leaflet packet, and it has some amazing looking recipes in there. One is for like these little cheesecake cups. I'm super excited to try them. So, okay, so that's peppermint mocha, Shakeology. Try it, love it. If you don't love it, you can send it back and get all your money back for it. Okay, so Cassie, I'm super excited to talk to you because you and I realize, have similar stories in the way that our weight loss works. But I want you to just tell us a little bit about yourself and your home life.
Okay.
So that we have an idea of who you are.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll start back to like the way I grew up. My mom like cooked pasta for every single meal. She would make tuna noodle casserole and spaghetti and baked ziti, and her idea of chili was putting together ground beef and kidney beans and tomatoes and putting it over egg noodles. Like the first time I went to a restaurant and ordered chili, I was like, where's the noodles? Like I had no idea. Like you would think we were Italian, the way she cooked. So, but I was always very thin, even though she cooked that way. Everybody always called me chicken legs. So I ate very poorly. I kind of grew up not knowing how to cook healthy. In high school at in the cafeteria, I remember they had a salad bar and a pasta bar, and every day I would get pasta with cheese sauce and just load it on. My salad would be ranch and cheese and eggs, bread with butter. Like I just ate horribly. I was very, very active though, so I stayed very thin. Like, I mean, you can see me here. I don't know if you can see that. That's me right there. Abs, looks great. Here, that was me at 18. No matter what I ate, I did not gain any weight. So because I had these bad habits of eating poorly, I started working at restaurants and I would eat whatever I wanted. We ate out fast food every day. I had Diet Coke every single day. Ate out at McDonald's or Zaxby's down in North Carolina. Drank a lot of beer, did a lot of things I shouldn't have. And year after year of eating poorly, I just kept gaining weight. So this is me right there before, actually I had just gotten pregnant with Patrick. That was years of me not taking care of myself. So let's see. Being pregnant, I still ate whatever I wanted. Still had no idea about Beachbody, had no idea of containers or how to eat. I just kept eating really bad. And the day that I gave birth, I was 212 pounds. Now, when I graduated high school, I was 120. So almost 100 pounds more than I was in high school. So let's see.
I think, first of all, I want to let you know that I think everybody on here, not everybody, but most people I talk to, like our childhood was maybe not exactly the same, but we didn't grow up in houses of a family who knew how to eat healthy and well-balanced meals. Now, I take that, some people have, but I definitely can relate to that piece. So it's funny because we're like adults now and we have no idea what we should be eating. And it's no fault to our parents because they didn't really know either. It kind of went from generation to generation, especially since I want to say the 50s when they like made everything microwavable and, and processed, right? So we really didn't know. Everything was about convenience, right? And that just kept going. So you're definitely not alone there. And I really, really, really appreciate you sharing because I think a lot of us can also relate to eating whatever we want, but if we're super active as kids, it doesn't show, which is something that we keep in mind with our kids now. Like if I could be setting the wrong example to my own children if I'm only gauging their health on how they look, right?
Right.
Which is so important. But tell me now, before you get into your Beachbody, before you're like, oh, I met Beachbody and everything, did you just have one child right after? Because you said you were at 212 when you were about to give birth, right?
Yeah, when I had Patrick, I was 212. And I still hadn't done anything with Beachbody. And I had lost a little bit of weight breastfeeding him, and I had got down to maybe 180, and then I got pregnant again with Keegan, and went right back up to 210, something like that when I had him. And then I still hadn't done anything with Beachbody. We were getting married, so I did try to watch what I eat, and I was working out just with Pop Sugar Fitness on my phone, and I got down to 170 for my wedding, and that was 4 months after I had him. Sorry. And then after the wedding, my friend Lynn invited me to a fit group, and I started doing Beachbody workouts once a week. I just wanted to meet other moms and get together and have the kids play together. And I was like, oh, this is fun. I can do this. So I was having a really good time doing that once a week. And I really liked the workout. I still wasn't quite sold on it yet, though. And then one week she did a 5-day salad jar prep for us. She brought everything we needed to make jar salads. And I was like, well, wow, that's a really good idea. I could really use that in my life. I need something that I can grab and go as a busy mom of two, at the time, 2-year-old and a 6-month-old. I was like, wow, this is really neat. Like, I think jar salads is what sold me on the whole Beachbody thing. So I was like, I
So
need
poignant for being on Kaylee's team. Love it.
So
were you working full time? I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt
you.
you. Were you working?
I was stay-at-home mom.
That's what I want to know. So even though you were at home, it was still really important to be able to have something that you can grab and not have to make. Yeah,
you're constantly having to take care of them, and then taking care of them, you end up not taking care of yourself. You're just grabbing the first thing you see because you're hungry and you don't make the time to cook, and that's how I was.
So what was the thing that sold you then to decide, okay, I am going to do this, I'm going to work out? I'm assuming, what program did you start with?
Actually, at the time, we were kind of doing 21-day workout, the 21-day fixed workouts at the FitClub, but then Country Heat came out right then, and that's what sold me was Country Heat. So,
awesome. So for everybody who's listening and doesn't know what FitClub is, once in a while, or some coaches, depending on where you are, once in a while they'll do like where they all get together, maybe once a week or once every month, or just whatever they decide at the time, for just a free workout. It's just like to bring the community together and to work out together. And they might like project the workout onto a screen, or keep it, if it's a smaller group, maybe just keep it on the laptop, and they work out together. And in some of our team, I absolutely love, because Kaylee was kind of the pioneer of doing play fits, where you would have mamas and little tots in a room where they can't hurt themselves, and they can run around while you work out with your mama friends, right? And so that, I think, is what Cassie, that's what you got. Lynn invited you, and Lynn is her coach who invited her, and then she came and decided to work out with them, which is super awesome. It brings some moms together. They're all working towards the same goal. But when you say I wasn't sold, I think you mean also then bringing home the workout, doing it at home, tying into a nutrition plan, and maybe using Shakeology or some of the other supplements, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. So you decided Country Heat is the one that you're going to start with, which when we launch a new group, we try to get or launch a new workout program, we try to get everybody to do that same workout program together, because it really keeps everybody on point, and it's really, really fun. And yes, everybody's doing it at their own home, but they're all on the same timeline, and so it's fun. You check in with each other, and you're like, oh my God, can you believe what we had to do today? Or, oh my gosh, that was so sweaty, or wow, that felt so good, the yoga stretch day, so it's really a lot of fun to do the programs that are coming out. We call them launching a new program. When we do a new program coming out, everybody does the same one at the same time. So that's when you got started, during the launch.
Yep, that's when I got started.
Awesome. And what did you get started with other than Country Heat?
I was doing the cafe latte Shakeology. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. And were you using a nutrition program too?
Yep, I was doing the containers that came with it.
Okay. And what did you think when you first got those containers? Were you like, oh yay, this is gonna be so much fun? Or did you look at them and go, what the?
I was a little overwhelmed at the beginning. You're like, what do I put in these? At first it's a little confusing. But Lynn really worked with me, and we had a plan, and now every week, color coded, it becomes second nature. And I think it is pretty easy once you get the hang of it. But I was a little nervous. I won't lie.
No, you shouldn't lie. I think it's really important for people to know that when you start something new, it's not gonna be oh, this clicked right away and I did it right away and I got results in 5 days. No, you have to figure these things out. And as time goes by, you have to build those habits, but it's going to be challenging at first. Anytime you build a habit, it's going to be challenging. There's nothing about it that's going to be oh, this is so easy. If it was so easy, everybody would be doing it all the time, right? But building those habits, you had to literally change your whole mindset about food around, right? That
Right.
doesn't take a week or even 3 weeks. So tell me about your experience, your first 3 weeks.
What's that?
Tell me about your first experience, like just throughout the time frame of that first like country heat.
You know what? Actually, I think I started with 21 Day Fix because I had lost 10 pounds with 21 Day Fix, and then we did country heat. So,
Okay.
but I did really well. Like I stuck to the containers to a T when I first started. Like, and it really worked. Like the weight was just coming off. Like I just made sure I did the 30-minute workout every morning. Then I drank my shake, and then I just followed the containers every 2 to 3 hours throughout the day. I made sure that I got them all in, and the weight fell off. Like, I mean, as long as you stick with it, it works.
I'm writing down notes from you. So, so you said 30 minutes a day. You just did your workout, drank your shake every day.
When I woke up, yep. And then I drank my shake immediately after the workout.
So you committed to waking up early and doing your workout?
Yeah, at the time, when we were doing the 21 Day Fix and Country Heat, I only had Keegan and Patrick, who were 2 and 6 months old. So like my morning didn't start till like 7 or 8. So like just whenever they woke up, that's when I first did the workout. So I didn't wake up super early to do it.
So you worked out with them in the room with you?
Oh yeah, they would just play in the room. I just made sure they had something to do, puzzles or books or whatever, and they just played while I worked out.
That's awesome. When I got started with programs, that's what I did too. I didn't wake up early at the time. I just made sure that my kids were in the room with me, that they couldn't hurt themselves, and that I blocked off like the way out and gave them toys to play with. And sometimes my workout took a half-hour workout might have taken an hour, and sometimes it would have been okay. And sometimes I'd have to close it out early, like, oh yeah, this is not gonna work. Like 4 people just rang the doorbell and I'm only 20 minutes in. No big deal, you know?
Right, yeah.
So, do you remember you said you lost 10 pounds your first 3 weeks with 21 Day Fix?
Yes.
That's friggin' awesome. I love it. So at what point, so this is where my mindset's going here. So I'm not sure if this is how you work well, but I have noticed, first of all, Cassandra's a coach also. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But one of the things I've noticed with coaches and challengers is that doing the same thing over and over and over again tends to be very, very boring, and you tend to plateau with your result. And so the people who get the absolute best result, in my opinion, I've noticed are the people who do those new programs when they come out. Like, okay, I'm starting with 21 Day Fix because it's a great starter program, right? But then Country Heat's coming out, so might as well do that. And then maybe you might go back to 21 Day Fix or play around in between 2 programs, and then another program comes out, because we launch programs pretty often. And then you commit to the new launch, and then you commit to the new one, and then you commit to the new one. And basically we create our results from program to program to program, and we never get bored because we're always doing something new. And we're also finding like things that we never thought we would like. We're like, oh wow, I actually really like this one. Or maybe I remember starting Transform 20 and thinking it was so stupid at first, and I did like 2 weeks and hated it, and then for some reason on week 3 I fell in love with it. So it just, everything, I think people get the best results as they're going from program to program to program. Now, you can tell me that that is not you. I want like honest truth. How do you do best? Do you do better when you're mixing up and doing a new program when it comes out?
Yes, like that's what, like I was just gonna show you that. Okay, like so I did 21 Day Fix, then I did Country Heat, then I did 22-minute hardcore, then I did Transform 20, and then I did, I think, 21 Day Fix again. Now, like in between all of this, like, okay, so this was like before I had Keegan, then I had lost the weight for the wedding, and then I was doing these programs, I was doing really well, and then life happened. We were buying a house. It was super, super stressful. I got pregnant again with Kyla, and I stopped doing these things for a while. I stopped using the containers. I stopped drinking my Shakeology because I was sick all the time at the beginning of my pregnancy. I just completely fell off. And I put all the weight back on, and I was back up. When I had her, I was up to, again, 208 pounds. And I was like, oh my gosh, how did I let this happen again? So after I had her, I knew I had to get back to doing all these things. And it's what works. And well, actually, I think, yeah, Transform 20 came out. I did that after I had her. Now I just finished Morning Meltdown 100. That was absolutely amazing. Like, that is by far my favorite program so far. And I can't wait for Bar Blend to come out. Like, I'm excited about that. Like, I love that there's new programs that come out all the time to get us excited again and keep pushing to get better results. So, yeah.
So true. I love that. Did you do 80-Day Obsession also?
I did do that. Yeah, I did that one too.
I thought so. Yeah. That's not an easy program. You totally rocked it. So since then, so you gained all the weight, and by the way, that is like, as women, guys have it simple, right? Like, they don't have to get pregnant and gain a ton of weight. But but as a mom, and you're constantly like, it gets frustrating, but it's really nice to know that you have something that you can come back to. Like, even if you have fallen off, you're like, I know that it worked before, I'm gonna do it again. And you just go, hang on. When I got pregnant, I thought, I'm not gonna let the weight creep back on, but I did. And I didn't stop working out the entire time, but I still ended up gaining a ton of weight. But I was able to go, after I had the baby, I was able to go program to program to program, to new launch to new launch to new launch, and it just works, and you don't get bored, and it just works. Like, if you just keep at it, even if there's a lull, even if there's a time. Did you ever have a time frame where it's like a month or two or even more, where you didn't lose any weight, but you just didn't give up?
It broke up a little bit.
That's okay. Was there a time there in your transformation? Because you're about 2 years a year postpartum?
2 years.
2 years postpartum. Was there a time in there where you didn't lose any weight?
Oh, yeah.
And
like, even through the whole 100-day work, like with Morning Meltdown 100, like, I was at like 164 and I got down to 152. Like, over the 100 days, like, I plateaued for a few weeks, and then I would drop a little bit more, then plateau, and then drop a little bit more. So, I mean, there are times where, you kind of level out and you go back down again.
now, can I share with them your results? Can I show the pictures?
Oh my gosh, yes, please, go ahead.
So this is Cassandra's pictures over 2 years. I think it's freaking amazing. Awesome job, Cassandra. You have, this is like right after you gave birth, the first picture, right?
That's like 2 months after I gave birth, yeah.
2 months. Okay, so this is not like I just gave birth, here's a picture. This is 2 months after birth. And then this is just recently, right?
Yeah, that's like last week, I think, or 2 weeks ago, yeah.
Awesome. And she just finished Morning Meltdown 100. Now, this is a really important question to me, because I find that I asked the question. I pulled out all of our coaches in our team group. I said, what is the thing that has kept you the most consistent out of everything over your transformation? And I found that, I want to say like 90%, maybe even more, said that coaching. And it's not just the fact that you're coaching, it's the fact that you're inviting, you're sharing your journey. Number one, you're sharing your journey. That right there holds you accountable. 2, you're inviting people to join you. So that really holds you accountable, because now you're bringing people in with you, right? And when I say accountable, I don't mean stressful. I mean accountable to the thing that you wanted to begin with. This is what you wanted, and now you're finding a way to actually make it happen. So I'm gonna stop screen sharing, and I want you to tell me a little bit about when you got started as a coach and what made you get started and how it helped you with your transformation.
Okay, so Lynn asked me to join after FitClub. I joined the challenge group with her, and I was getting really good results with Country Heat and 21 Day Fix, and she's like, why don't you help me run a challenge group 1 month? I was like, okay, I can help you do that. And I loved it. Like I loved helping people and I just wanted more and I was getting results. I was like, okay, I can do this. And then I just started sharing on social media and it just really worked. And I just wanted more and I really care about helping other people. And that's what helped me by helping other people, by sharing my journey. And it pushes you to want to get the best results and say, hey, this really does work. Like I really want to take care of you. Like follow me and I'll help you too.
I love it. I love the collaboration that comes with coaching. Like it's you're working on your goals, you're inviting someone else to work on their goals, and you're really just working side by side with each other, right?
Right.
But that little bit extra element of sharing it on social media in hopes that somebody else will start changing their life also. It's funny, like some people are like, oh, I don't know if I can share on social media, but I think that's because you're looking at it as a me thing. Like, I'm going to post my pictures not because I want somebody to toot my horn. I'm going to post my pictures because I want to see if someone else looks at them and goes, damn, if she can do it, then I can do it. And that's why you're able to post your pictures. It's not because you're like, oh, look at me, look at my pictures. No, it's because you want to inspire other people, because I know myself. I know that when I see other people's transformations, I'm like, yeah, I can do that too. And so when you're posting your story and you're posting about your pictures and everything, it's in hopes that someone else is going to join you and change their life because you know how good you feel. And I love that Cassie said, I'm helping other people, and in turn, it helps me, right?
Right.
I love it, love it, love it. So how has your life changed overall after, you signed up with the challenge pack, you started working out at home, you're changing up your nutrition. I mean, you literally changed your life around, because when it comes to food, like you were like, oh my gosh, I started here and now I'm here. Took time, but you did it. You went through a journey and then also had to go back around that journey again with getting pregnant again. And you're helping other people, and on a very consistent basis. I'm so proud of you, Cassie. I see your name up there on that leaderboard all the time. I'm like, hey, yeah, girl. So she's constantly reaching out and helping people. How has your life changed? Oh, and you've been bringing in an income. I can't forget that. You've been bringing in an income from coaching. So it's helping you financially too, and your family. It's affecting them also. So how has your life changed? How has this made a difference in your life since you got started?
It has changed everything. Like personally, like I feel better. I have more energy. I'm able to keep up with the kids. Financially, it has helped me. My husband does construction, so like income's not always guaranteed every week. If it takes him a couple months to get a job done, we're short on money. So like I have a guaranteed income to make sure I have groceries on the table for our family. And it helps me pay for the healthier foods. And the Shakeology, I mean, all that's paid for, and that's great. And yeah, I feel so much better, and like I just want to share that with everybody. So it has completely changed my life.
I love it. I'm like getting teary-eyed. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not crying. You're crying. Awesome. I'm looking at the chat, Cassie, and Kaylee said, love how you said you were excited about working out and just completing program after program. It's pretty cool actually, because I'm sure at first when you started working out, I could be wrong, maybe you always loved it, but were you always into working out?
Not really. No. It was hard. Like I couldn't get through the workout at the beginning. You're like, I can't, like I'm so sore. I remember starting the 21-day fix for the first time. For the first week, I could barely sit on the toilet, like, because it hurt to sit down. You know what I mean? Like, it hurt so bad. But you just push through that first week, and then it gets better and better, and it gets easier. So now I love it. Like, I want that adrenaline. I want that endorphin rush from working out, because I feel so much better every day. It helps.
I love it.
Postpartum depression too, because I had dealt with that, and that helped me so much. If I didn't have my workouts, I don't know where I would be.
Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Cassie, I really thank you so much for sharing from the bottom of your heart and from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you. I'm gonna stop recording because I'm about almost time up, and we're gonna have to get a quick picture, but it might close out. Yeah, I think it might. So someone take a quick picture, and then we will see you again next week. Let's see. Can you get a picture before it closes? I think we got it. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.